The studio lights burned brighter than usual that evening, as if the entire nation were leaning forward in anticipation. Producers whispered frantically into headsets, interns hustled across the floor, and a tense energy hummed through the building. Behind the cameras, a crowd of staff members gathered despite repeated warnings to please disperse. They all sensed something rare was about to unfold. Moments before going live, Rachel Maddow reviewed her notes with quick, sharp glances, her pen tapping against the clipboard like a ticking clock. She was confident, maybe too confident. For weeks, her team had prepared for this interview, convinced she could illuminate inconsistencies in Senator John Kennedy's controversial policy positions. To her, this wasn't just an interview, it was a moment to expose what she believed was political sleight of hand. Meanwhile, John Kennedy sat calmly in the green room, adjusting the cuff of his suit jacket. He wasn't rattled, not even slightly. He'd faced critics for decades, and in his mind, tonight was no different. What mattered to him wasn't scoring points, it was telling the truth as he saw it. But something else hung over him tonight, a personal struggle that had worn him down for months. Few people knew, but his closest staffer, Hannah Collins, could see it in the tightened wrinkles around his eyes. "Senator," Hannah whispered gently, "you don't have to do this interview tonight. We can cancel." Kennedy gave her a tired yet grateful smile. "If I start backing out of conversations just because they get hard, I may as well go home. Besides, darlin', running from a challenge never made anybody wiser." She nodded, though worry still clouded her expression. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1. The screen blinked to life. Rachel leaned forward, her voice crisp. "Good evening, America. Tonight, we welcome Senator John Kennedy to discuss a series of controversies surrounding his recent statements." Her tone was sharp, edged with skepticism. "Senator, many believed your comments were misleading, some even called them dangerous." Kennedy gave a courteous nod. "Rachel, thank you for having me. And thank you for describing my views so generously." A hint of humor flickered across his lips, disarming yet deliberate. The interview began like a gentle sparring match. Rachel pushed, Kennedy calmly pushed back. But beneath the surface, emotions were stirring. Rachel prided herself on being prepared, but tonight, something felt off. Kennedy wasn't defensive, he was introspective. Every answer came with a story, a memory, a lesson. He talked about families in rural towns struggling to afford groceries, about veterans who'd confided in him with trembling voices, about the weight of public service when people's lives were tied to every decision. Rachel tried to regain control. "Senator, with all due respect, your anecdotes don't address the contradictions in your statements. Facts matter." Kennedy's gaze softened,